Right, let's go. Hi guys, welcome to today's video, riff number 87, Foxey Lady, Jimi Hendrix Experience. I'm sure you've already read that, so you know what you're getting yourself into. So I thought I'd do a quick intro, which I don't normally do in these riff videos, just to explain what's going on. Basically, like most of the tracks off this first album, is very much a jammy kind of feel to it, which means that there is not a definitive, this is the riff to Foxey Lady. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give my kind of take on the first handful of bars of Foxey Lady, like 8 bars of Foxey Lady, and then I'm going to go through that and try and hopefully give you an idea of roughly what he's doing and thinking. Even in those first 8 bars, sometimes it's hard to tell whether it's the guitar playing it or the bass. Sometimes they're both playing it together, so it's quite hard to hear. So there's a couple of overdubs of other guitars doing extra little bits and pieces. So there's a lot of different things going on. So I'm going to try and give you as much info as I can as quickly as possible. But effectively, the real truth is, it's broadly speaking, it's an F sharp 7 sharp 9 into a B. And as long as you've got some semblance of that, it's going to work pretty well. That being said, let's do these first 8 bars. Can't count, 8 bars, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so as I said in that very brief intro, it's kind of my take on it, so let's go through what I did, and I kind of explain the concepts behind it, but try and do it all in 5 minutes, so let's see how that goes. The first bit is actually, it sounds like it's a bend on 16 on the D, and you're maybe just grabbing 14 on the G as well, and then you're giving us some vibrato and feedback. My guitar I can't have loud enough just because of where I live to get proper feedback, but that's what you're doing, so you want to bend that 16 on the D, 14 on the G a little bit, give it lots of vibrato, and then have it loud enough to feedback. And that's basically the first bit. Although I didn't do it very well, you can turn yours up and you'll be fine. Okay, so conceptually what we're doing is we've got this shape down here, which is a F sharp 7 sharp 9. We're going to bar the 5th fret on the E and the B. We're going to play the 3rd fret on the G and the 4th fret, which is the root note, on the D. So when I'm hitting these high notes, that's the chord I'm going to. I'm not specifically just hitting the 5s, I'm kind of giving everything a hit. And then catching sometimes just 5, sometimes more, and just because I think it sounds better and it's a bigger sound, but I'm aiming really for the 2 5s. So what we do is we're going to start with 2 F sharp notes here, 2nd fret E string, pretty staccato, and we're going to do a kind of, which is basically, rather than going, it's actually a strum and then a slightly dead strum up, like that. And then we're going to do the same idea, but we're going to do this F sharp note, which is 4th fret D, like that. I'm going to go back and do the F sharp up here on the E string, 2nd fret E, and then just a dead hit. No even pretense of the chord there. So and then the ending here, as we're going to walk into a B chord basically. 2nd fret E, open 2 on the A, and then we're going to bar 4th fret on the D, the G and the B, which is a B major triad, and I'm going to do da da da, either down or up down up, depending on your preference. Up down up would be the proper way to do it, but I think you get away with down up down. And that's our first kind of time round, and that really is our blueprint for this riff. Basically, if you do something like that every time, it's going to work pretty well. But let's go through the next time as well. 2nd fret again on this E twice. Same thing here. Okay, that's all the same as the first one. Back up here, 2 of them, but this time we're going to go back to this chord. And then, so that's the same idea. Kind of that down hit and then an up hit that's just slightly dead. And this time we're just going to do open A, 2nd fret A. So it's a very slight change. We do the high bit instead of that 2nd fret and the dead hit. So it's a slight change. So the second, and then we're going to go on that B triad as well. Some people, I've seen a few videos of people doing this, some people just have 2 hits there. I like doing 3. I think it sounds like 3 to me, but it might be because I was listening to it super slowed down, and sometimes that kind of thing can happen. I'll let you decide a little bit on that one, but I think it's 3. Anyway, so let's play that second time through. I'll try and do it slowly. Not sure my rhythm was bang on then, but you get the idea. Third time through, we're going to do the same thing to start, exactly the same. Okay, that's the same. Then on the A string, open 2 again, so that's all the same. Now this is very, very low in the mix. You could just hit a normal B triad, but it sounds like it's a B triad with a little wibble on it. A tiny, tiny, like that kind of a thing. Just a little change. It could just be vibrato, but it sounds like just one. So all I'm doing there is just slightly pulling the strings down and then back to where they started. So that's my third time through. My fourth time through is a little different. The first bit's the same. And then from there, I'm going to actually go, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go, then 2nd fret on the D, 4th fret on the A, and then 2nd fret on the E twice. So that bit's the same. So you get this extra little walk. And then we end it with open 2, 3, 4 on the A string. Okay, you can hear this bit. That's definitely the bass playing that, but I would assume the guitar's playing along with that. And there's a high bit after that as well, which I think is up there. Anyway, so basically the concept is if you just do the first bit, that kind of thing, and then you go to a B, it's going to sound pretty close and pretty good. But I've given you the first 8 bars there pretty accurately, I think. Although everyone's done it differently online. This is definitely similar to one person's, so we've obviously on the same wavelength on this song. Anyway, I'm waffling. Have a go at this riff. Try and just get the right feel. Don't worry about being specific exactly. Just get the right feel of the song and it will be fantastic.